was a cop on the east side of Chicago. So I'd like to know where you got the notion.
In 1974, these songs were everywhere. On car radios, in living rooms, at record stores. Some became classics, others somehow disappeared. But hear them again today, and you may remember every word. Let's go back to 1974.
She's a woman, she's a baby.
Number 10, One Hell of a Woman, Mac Davis. In 1974, Mac Davis was already a familiar voice on American radio. But One Hell of a Woman showed just how easily he could turn a simple love song into a massive pop hit.
Gentle spirit, she can be what she wants to be.
The song was confident, romantic, and unmistakably early 70s. It reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 and finished among the year's biggest-selling singles.
She's one hell of a woman.
Davis had already enjoyed major success with songs like Baby, Don't Get Hooked on Me, but over time, his name became much less familiar to younger listeners.
She makes me feel like a hell of a man.
The strange thing is, his songs didn't completely disappear. They simply became part of that enormous collection of records people remember hearing, without always remembering who sang them. And that is exactly what makes One Hell of a Woman worth bringing back.
She's one hell of a woman. It's soft when she loves me, like a gentle kitten in my hand. My heart.
Number 9, Wild Thing, Fancy. You probably know Wild Thing, but do you remember this version? In 1974, the British group Fancy took the famous rock song and gave it a completely different sound.
I wanna know for sure. Come on.
The original had been raw and rebellious. Fancy made it slicker, psychedelic, and unmistakably 70s.
Wild thing. You make my heart sing.
Their version reached number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. For American listeners, it was another reminder that even familiar songs could be reinvented. But Fancy never became a major American household name. Their version of Wild Thing became their defining moment, and then the group largely disappeared from the American mainstream. That's why this record can feel strangely familiar. You remember the song, you may even remember the sound, but the name Fancy? That's where the memory gets blurry.
Wild thing. You said you. Come on, wild thing.
Clap for the Wolfman. He gon' reach your record high.
Number 8, Clap for the Wolfman, the Guess Who. Imagine hearing your favorite radio personality actually become part of a hit record. That's what happened with Clap for the Wolfman.
Clap for the Wolfman. You gon' dig him till the day you die.
The song came from the Guess Who, but it was built around the legendary radio personality Wolfman Jack. His unmistakable voice appears throughout the recording, giving the song a personality that most pop records simply didn't have.
Clap for the Wolfman. He gon' rate your record high.
Released in 1974, it climbed to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. The Guess Who were already successful by then.
Clap for the Wolfman. You gon' dig him till the day you die.
But Clap for the Wolfman was something different. It connected rock music with the golden age of AM radio, when a DJ could become almost as famous as the artists he introduced.
Snuggle in, so baby, just one kiss. She said no, no, no.
For listeners in 1974, Wolfman Jack wasn't just a voice between records. He was part of the music. and this song captured that world perfectly.
Clap for the Wolfman, you gon' dig in till the day you die. Clap for the Wolfman, clap for the Wolfman. Well, you remember back in old LA, oh.
Number 7. Beach Baby, First Class. Few songs sound more like a fading summer than Beach Baby. The record came from the British group First Class, but its story was set against the beaches and teenage memories of California. That contrast was part of its charm: bright harmonies, soft guitar, and a melody that sounded like the end of summer. But underneath all that sunshine was a story about separation. The narrator remembers a relationship and realizes that the summer is coming to an end.
Beach baby, there are the sand from July to the end of September.
In America, the song became a major hit, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. For First Class, it became the song everyone remembered.
I never thought that it would end.
And decades later, the record still has a strange ability to transport you somewhere. A beach, a summer afternoon, a person you haven't thought about in years. Sometimes nostalgia doesn't need an explanation. It just needs a melody.
We couldn't wait for graduation day. Oh no, surfing was fun. We'd be out in the sun every day.
These are the eyes that never knew how to smile.
Number 6. Show and Tell, Al Wilson. Some voices are impossible to confuse with anyone else. Al Wilson had one of those voices. On Show and Tell, he sounds smooth, warm, and completely in control.
And these are the arms that long to lock you inside.
The song became a huge crossover success in 1974, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was one of the biggest songs in America that year.
Girl, and here is the soul of which you've taken control.
Yet Al Wilson's name never became as famous as the record itself. That's one of the recurring stories of forgotten radio hits. The song survives, the voice survives, but the person behind the voice slowly disappears from popular memory.
Show me and tell me that you feel the same way.
Listen closely to Show and Tell today, and you can hear why it worked.
And these are the lips that can't help calling your name.
It wasn't trying to be complicated. It was simply romantic, smooth, and perfectly suited to late-night radio. For a while in 1974, Al Wilson's voice was everywhere.
Oh, so show me and tell me that you feel the same way. Oh, show and tell, just a game I play when I wanna say,
Yeah, kid, rock and roll, rock on.
Number 5. Rock On, David Essex. Then came a song that sounded like it belonged somewhere in the future. 1974, Trying to Imagine the Future.
Hey, it's rock and roll, rock on, child, you're burning my soul now. Hey, it's rock and roll.
I remember when Mary Lou said you wanna walk me home from school.
Number 4. Spiders and Snakes, Jim Stafford. Not every hit needed a serious message. Sometimes, you just needed a funny story. Spiders and Snakes by Jim Stafford was exactly that.
She said I don't have to go right home, and I would kinda like to be alone.
The song tells the story of a childhood encounter, a boy, a girl, and a situation that becomes increasingly awkward. Stafford delivered it almost like a conversation, which made the humor feel natural.
And so we took a stroll, wound up down by the swimming hole.
The record reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It also sold more than 1 million copies. For a moment, Jim Stafford was everywhere.
I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me.
His laid-back storytelling style fit perfectly with the humor and country pop crossover sound of the early 70s. But like many novelty hits, the song eventually became associated with its era.
Like I wanna be loved by you.
And perhaps that's why it feels so nostalgic now. It reminds us of a time when a funny story, a guitar, and a catchy chorus could become a national hit.
I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes. Like I wanna be loved by you. It's true.
Here it comes.
Boogity, boogity,
There you go.
boogity, boogity.
Number 3. The Streak, Ray Stevens. In 1974, America had a strange obsession. People were running naked through public places. It was called streaking.
Oh, yes, they call him the streak. Fast thing on 2 feet.
And Ray Stevens turned the entire craze into a hit song. The Streak was funny, ridiculous, and perfectly timed.
If there's an audience to be found, he'll be streaking around, inviting public critique.
The song quickly climbed the charts, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. But its success wasn't just about the music. It captured a cultural moment.
He ain't rude.
Boogity, boogity,
He ain't rude.
boogity, boogity.
He's just in love with you right in the...
For a few months, everybody knew what the streak meant. People talked about it, television covered it, and radio turned it into comedy. That's something modern listeners may find hard to understand.
Didn't have nothing on but his PFs. I hollered up at Ethel, I said, "Don't look, Ethel!"
In 1974, a bizarre trend could become a national pop phenomenon almost overnight, and Ray Stevens knew exactly how to turn that moment into a song. Today, the streaking craze has faded, but the record remains a hilarious time capsule of 1974.
Wearing just his tennis shoes, yes, you could call him unique. Oh, yes, they call him the streak.
So I'd like to know where you got the notion.
Number 2. Rock the Boat, Hues Corporation. Then came a song that helped push soul music toward the disco era, Rock the Boat by the Hues Corporation. The record was smooth, rhythmic, and almost impossible not to move to.
Said I'd like to know where you got the notion.
In 1974, it reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. And suddenly, the Hues Corporation had one of the biggest records in America.
Rock the boat. I don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat.
The song became an important early disco-era hit, but its success was difficult to repeat. The group never became a permanent fixture at the level of artists like Earth, Wind and Fire or the Bee Gees.
Your touch has thrilled me like the rush of the wind.
So, over time, the name faded, but the song remained. That's the strange power of a great radio hit.
And I've always had your tender lips to keep me warm.
The artist can disappear, the decade can change, and yet the first few seconds are enough to bring everything back. You hear that groove, and suddenly, you're back in 1974.
Rock the boat. Rock the boat. Ooh, rock the boat. Rock on with your Betsy. Rock the boat. Rock on. There's a cop on the east side of Chicago.
Number 1. The Night Chicago Died, Paper Lace. And finally, one of the most fascinating forgotten number 1 hits of 1974, The Night Chicago Died.
In the heat of a summer night.
It sounds like a piece of American history. Gangsters, gunfire, police, Al Capone, a city in chaos.
When the town of Chicago died.
But there's one problem. The story never happened. The song was written as a dramatic tale inspired by the gangster mythology surrounding Chicago.
When a man named Al Capone tried to make that town his own, and he called his gang to war.
Paper Lace had never needed to tell the real history. They simply needed a story that sounded believable, and it worked.
I heard my mama cry. I heard her pray the night Chicago died.
The song reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Millions of people heard it. Millions remembered the dramatic chorus. And for a moment, Paper Lace were pop stars in America.
Brother, what a night it really was. Brother, what I thought it really was. Glory be.
But the song's popularity eventually faded. Today, many people recognize the title or remember the melody without remembering the group that recorded it, which makes it the perfect #1 for this list.
Till the last of the hoodlum gang had surrendered up or died.
Because sometimes, the songs we remember most clearly are the ones whose stories we never stop to question.
The night Chicago died.
1974 gave us songs that were romantic, funny, strange, and unforgettable. Some became classics, others simply disappeared, but hearing them again can bring back an entire decade. Which one do you remember? Tell me in the comments. And for more forgotten music from the 1960s and 1970s, like and subscribe to America's Forgotten Hits. Until next time, keep the music playing.